Supreme Court's tough question. Has RERA drifted away from its purpose? It's around 10:30 at night. A family stands in the balcony of their unfinished flat, where there are still only concrete walls, not a home. 5 years ago, they invested their entire life savings. The builder had promised, possession will be given soon. But even today, there's no key. Only date after date. And then, a breaking news flash appears on the TV screen. The Supreme Court says, shut down RERA, it is only protecting defaulting builders. A question arises, is the very law that crores of people trusted now under suspicion? If the country's highest court is angry, how serious must the situation be? On Thursday morning, the atmosphere in the courtroom was not ordinary. A bench of CJI 𝐟𝐸𝐤𝐵𝐤𝐵 and Justice 𝐮𝐩𝐼 was hearing a matter, but the remarks did not remain limited to that case. The court said in sharp words that states must introspect. Who was RERA actually created for? Was it meant to protect ordinary home buyers or builders who abandon projects midway? When the Chief Justice of India said that if an institution is not fulfilling its purpose, it should be shut down, it sent shockwaves through the real estate sector. The case was Himachal Pradesh government versus Naresh Sharma. The dispute was about shifting the RERA office from Shimla to Dharamshala. The High Court had stayed the state government's notification, saying that shifting the office without alternative arrangements could disrupt functioning. But the Supreme Court overturned the High Court's order and allowed the state to transfer the office. At the same time, it made it clear that the public should not face inconvenience and that the appellate tribunal should also function there. But the real story was not about shifting an office. The real question was whether RERA, which was introduced in 2016 as a major reform, has now lost its way. When the Real Estate Regulation and Development Act was implemented, it was called a shield for home buyers. The law required builders to upload complete project details on the website, keep 70% of funds in a separate escrow account, and hand over possession on time. If there was a delay, buyers had the right to interest or refund. For the first time, it felt like the system was changing. Almost every state in the country established its own RERA authority. Lakhs of complaints were filed. According to official data, more than 1 lakh orders have been passed so far. States like Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, and Haryana have registered the highest number of projects. But the question is, does passing an order itself mean justice? Many buyers say that even after orders, they do not get relief. Builders file appeals, the matter goes to the appellate tribunal, then to the High Court, and sometimes even to the Supreme Court. Years pass in this long legal journey. The Supreme Court's displeasure must be understood in this background. The court observed that in some cases, there is serious delay in enforcing RERA's orders. Enforcement is weak. In many states, appointments to the appellate tribunal are not made on time. In some places, the chairperson's post remains vacant for months. In such situations, the impact of the law weakens. If the regulatory authority itself is not fully functional, where will the ordinary buyer go? The real estate sector contributes around 7% to India's GDP and provides employment to lakhs of people. By 2025, the sector is expected to touch the size of $1 trillion. But behind this growth lies a long list of unfinished projects. Hundreds of real estate companies are stuck under insolvency proceedings at the National Company Law Tribunal. In many cases, home buyers have been given the status of creditors, but resolution remains complex. The Supreme Court has earlier said that a home buyer is not just an investor, but a consumer whose lifetime savings are at stake. When RERA was enacted, it was described in Parliament as a historic reform. The objective was transparency, accountability, and timely delivery. But if in ground reality, buyers are not getting relief, then the spirit of the law remains incomplete. The Himachal case became symbolic. The court allowed the state to shift the office, but ensured that hearings of pending cases are not disrupted. The message was clear. Administrative decisions should not outweigh the process of justice. The court clearly stated that an institution's existence is meaningful only if it fulfills its core purpose. Real estate experts believe that RERA has certainly brought discipline to the sector. Launching projects without registration is now difficult. Buyers can access project information online. The definition of carpet area has been clarified. Advance payment cannot exceed 10%. These are not small changes, but the challenge lies in implementation. If orders are not being enforced, the strength of the law weakens. In many states, thousands of projects are shown as pending on RERA websites. Some builders repeatedly extend project completion dates. Buyers take years to receive refunds. There are disputes even over interest calculation. Frustration grows in such circumstances. The Supreme Court's remark felt like an echo of that frustration. This entire development raises a big question. Is the solution to shut down the institution or to strengthen it? The court's comment sounds like a warning. If state governments do not make timely appointments and do not strengthen enforcement mechanisms, public trust will falter. There is another aspect, the jurisdiction between RERA and consumer courts. Many times, buyers approach two different forums. Jurisdictional confusion makes the process longer. The Supreme Court had earlier clarified that both forums have separate powers, but at the practical level, a lack of coordination is visible. Today, lakhs of people in urban India are bearing the burden of both EMI and rent because their homes were not delivered on time. For them, RERA is not just an acronym. It is the name of hope. When the Supreme Court raises questions, hope and fear come together. Hope that the system might improve and fear that the protective shield itself might weaken. After this controversy, there is unrest in the real estate market. Builders associations say that delays can happen for many reasons. Land acquisition issues, environmental clearances, market slowdown. Their argument is that every delay cannot be called fraud. On the other hand, buyers ask why the risk is always pushed onto them. The truth is that RERA was an important reform, but the success of any law depends on its execution. The Supreme Court's comment may be a wake-up call. It sends a message that transparency and accountability must not remain only on paper. They must be visible on the ground. In the coming time, it will be interesting to see what steps state governments take. Will appointments speed up? Will strict measures be adopted to ensure enforcement of orders? Or will this debate fade away here? That family standing in their unfinished balcony is still watching the news. They want just one thing: justice, and that too on time. If RERA is their hope, then it must be strong. And if the Supreme Court has raised its voice in anger, perhaps this is a moment of introspection for India's real estate system. Because a home is not just a structure of bricks and cement. It is an investment of dreams. And when the safety of those dreams is questioned, the voice of the country's highest court echoes far and wide.
If our video has taught you something new, do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources: news from various news agencies, opinion polls and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.